Ever get that feeling? Like, you know that feeling when, like, your toilet decides it's not a toilet anymore?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like this big pool of regret.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's the worst. But hey, maybe this time instead of panicking, we could be prepared.
Absolutely.
We're diving deep today into how to unclog your toilet like a pro.
Okay.
And hopefully by the end of this, you will be the go-to person for all things toilet. No more calling the plumber.
I love it. You know what I appreciate about this article is it doesn't just jump into solutions, it helps you understand what causes the problem in the first place.
Right. Yeah. Like, what are we doing wrong? Like,
Yeah.
are we using too much toilet paper? I mean, I've definitely been guilty of that.
Yeah, of course. And then there are those things that should never go near a toilet, like wipes,
Wipes.
even the flushable ones.
Oh, they're the worst.
Yeah.
But the article also mentions hard water buildup.
Yes.
What is that?
So hard water, it has a lot of minerals in it. And over time, those minerals can build up inside your pipes. And it's like this slow, invisible buildup that makes the surface of the pipe rough.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
easier for things to get stuck.
Oh, so it's not just about the size of what you flush, it's like the condition of the pipes too.
Exactly.
Interesting. So even if I'm careful about what I flush, I could still end up with a clog.
Exactly. And it happens so gradually, you might not even know there's a problem until you have a major clog.
Oh no. All right, so let's say the worst has happened. I am staring at this toilet and it is not cooperating. What's the first thing I need to do?
Okay, so the article says the first thing you need to do is stop the overflow.
What does that mean? Stop the overflow.
That means prevent a potential sewage flood in your bathroom. Trust me, you do not want to deal with that.
No, I don't.
It's a simple two-step process. First, find the toilet's water valve.
Okay.
It's usually on the left side under the tank.
Is that the little handle?
Yep, that's it. Turn it all the way to the right to shut off the water. Then open the tank and look for the flapper. It's a round rubber piece at the bottom. Push that down firmly and that stops any more water from coming into the bowl.
What if the bowl's already full, like dangerously full?
Well, then the article suggests that you carefully scoop out some of the water with a bucket.
Okay,
Better safe than sorry.
definitely. Okay, so once I've prevented that impending doom, it's time for the plunger, right?
Yes, but not just any plunger. You want a flange plunger.
Wait, hold on. What's a flange plunger? Is that different from like a regular sink plunger?
It is. See that extra bit of rubber that folds out?
Uh-huh.
That's the flange. And that is designed to create a really tight seal around the toilet drain.
Oh, so it's all about the suction.
Exactly. You need an airtight seal to create enough force to dislodge whatever is causing the clog. It's like a mini vacuum for your toilet.
Okay, I got it. So flange plunger in hand. How do I use it effectively? Do I just go crazy?
Not quite. Be forceful, but controlled. Make sure there's enough water in the bowl to cover the plunger cup. That'll give you a good seal. Position it over the drain, making sure it's snug, especially around that flange.
Okay, and then,
Start with gentle plunges. Get rid of any air that's trapped.
right, you don't want to make a splash zone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then gradually increase the force of your plunges, keeping a nice steady rhythm. The article recommends around 10 to 15 plunges.
So it's like controlled power, not just like frantic plunging.
Exactly. And after a round check to see if the water starts to drain. If not, try again. And once it flows freely, give it a test flush.
All right. Fingers crossed that works.
Yeah.
But what if I've plunged and plunged and plunged and that clog is just not budging?
Well, don't despair. There's another tool. The toilet auger.
A toilet auger, isn't that like a snake?
Yes, also known as a snake.
Okay.
Might look scary, but it's super effective.
Yeah.
It's basically a flexible cable with a corkscrew tip, and you insert it into the drain to reach those deeper clogs.
So it's like a more targeted approach.
Exactly. But before you go spelunking in your toilet drain, remember, safety and hygiene are key. Wear gloves. Protect your floor with some towels. No one wants splashes.
Good advice.
Mm.
So how do I actually use this plumbing snake?
Okay, so you gently insert the curved end of the auger into the drain. Push it in until you feel resistance.
Okay.
That's how you know you've hit the clog.
And then what? Just twist it around.
Yes, you're going to rotate the handle clockwise to extend the cable further down. The goal is to either break up the clog or hook onto it so you can pull it out.
So we're fishing for the clog.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you feel that cable getting heavier as you pull it back, you've probably snagged it.
Gotcha. Okay, so success.
Yes. Once you retrieve the clog, give the toilet a good flush, make sure everything's flowing smoothly.
And then obviously thoroughly clean and disinfect the snake before you put it away. for its next plumbing adventure.
Exactly. Now, let's say you don't have a snake or you're not really feeling up to using one.
Okay.
Don't worry, the article also has some great DIY clog busting methods.
Okay, now this is what I'm talking about.
No special tools required.
What kind of magic can we work here with household items?
Well, there are 7 methods to be exact.
7. Wow. Okay.
Each one with its own unique approach.
That's a lot of options.
It is.
Let's hear it. Let's run through these.
Okay, so first up, we've got the classic. Hot water and dish soap.
Okay.
The soap acts as a lubricant to break down the clog, and the hot water helps push everything through.
Simple but effective. What else we got?
Next up, the dynamic duo. Baking soda and vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
Harnessing the power of chemistry here.
The science of unclogging.
Dissolving organic matter and grime.
I'm loving it. Okay. What?
Yeah, you ready for this one? A wire hanger.
A wire hanger, really? Like from the dry cleaners?
That's the one. You straighten it out, leave a small hook at one end to try to grab or break up the clog.
Okay.
It's a little delicate, but it can work for surface level clogs.
I'm intrigued, but I can also see that going very wrong if you're not careful. Okay. What else is on this list?
Believe it or not, a plastic bottle.
What?
Cut off the bottom, create a makeshift plunger, generate some suction in the drain.
Whoa. That's some serious DIY. What's next in this plumbing magic show?
All right, this one might sound a little crazy. The plastic wrap method. You cover the entire toilet bowl with plastic wrap.
The whole bowl.
Airtight seal. Then you flush. As the water rises, the plastic wrap will bulge. You gently press down to create pressure and hopefully push the clog through.
Wait, I am very skeptical of this one. How does that even work?
I know it sounds strange, but it relies on building up pressure to dislodge the blockage. Sometimes the simplest solutions, right?
All right, fair enough. 2 more to go. What's next?
The mop as a plunger substitute.
Okay.
You wrap the mop head in a plastic bag or a thick cloth, for hygiene, and then use a plunging motion.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. We got a giant DIY plunger.
Exactly. And last but not least, we've got the heavy artillery, the wet-dry vacuum.
Now, this one I can get behind. That sounds powerful.
It is. Set it to wet mode, insert the hose into the drain, create a good seal, and let the vacuum do its thing.
Suck that clog right out of there.
Exactly. Out of all the DIY methods, the wet-dry vac is my favorite. It's powerful, effective, relatively mess-free if you do it right. Just make sure to clean and disinfect the vacuum very thoroughly afterwards.
Good advice. So out of all of these methods, which one surprised you the most, or which one are you just dying to try out?
I'm actually really fascinated by that plastic bottle method.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems so resourceful, like you're using something that you would normally just throw away.
I know, right?
And potentially saving the day.
It's like toilet MacGyver.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's say we had successfully unclogged the beast.
Okay.
What about preventing these toilet dramas in the first place?
That's a great question. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Right.
Especially when it comes to plumbing.
Absolutely.
Right.
So what can we do to keep our toilets happy and clog-free?
Well, the most important thing is education. Everyone in the household needs to be on the same page about what should and should not be flushed.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many things people think are flushable
Right.
when they're absolutely not.
It's a common misconception. Wipes are a big offender, even the ones that claim to be flushable.
Right.
They just don't break down the way toilet paper does, and they can cause major blockages.
So toilet paper only, folks.
Exactly.
No exceptions.
And even with toilet paper, moderation is key.
Okay.
Using too much can still lead to clogs, especially if you have older plumbing or low-flow toilets.
That makes sense. Besides being mindful of what we flush, are there any other proactive steps we can take?
Yes, the article suggests regular maintenance using enzyme-based cleaners or a simple vinegar solution.
Okay.
These can help break down any buildup in your pipes before it becomes a problem.
So it's like a little spa treatment for our plumbing.
Exactly. A little preventative care can go a long way.
I love that idea. Speaking of avoiding emergencies,
Yeah.
I have a question that's been on my mind. If you could design the ultimate clog-proof toilet, what would it be like?
That's a fun one. Let me think. First and foremost, it would have a ridiculously powerful flush system,
Okay.
like one that could handle anything you throw at it.
So like a flush that can launch a rocket into space.
Pretty much. But it wouldn't just be about brute force, it would also be super smart.
Oh,
It would
really?
have sensors that could analyze the type and amount of waste and adjust the flush power accordingly.
So no more guessing games
Right.
about whether you need a single or a double flush. It would just know.
The toilet would just know exactly, and to make life even easier, it would be self-cleaning.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
This is like a luxury spa toilet, not just an average bathroom toilet.
Right, and here's the kicker. It would have a built-in clog detection system. If
Yeah.
there was even the slightest hint of a blockage forming, it would alert you immediately.
Oh, that's good.
So you'd have time to take action before it became a full-blown crisis.
That's brilliant. It's like having a plumbing guardian angel watching over your bathroom.
Exactly. No more late-night panics, no more frantic plunges, just pure plumbing peace of mind.
I'm adding this dream toilet to my wish list. But in the meantime, back to reality, what are the key takeaways from this deep dive that our listeners should remember?
First and foremost, always stop the overflow before doing anything else.
Okay.
A flooded bathroom is a disaster you want to avoid at all costs.
Safety first. What else?
The right tools make a huge difference. Invest in a good flange plunger and a toilet auger. They'll be your best friends when dealing with clogs.
And even if you don't have those tools readily available, don't panic.
Right.
There's always a way.
A little DIY ingenuity can go a long way.
Exactly. Hot water dish, soap, baking soda, vinegar. You'd be surprised what you can accomplish
You really can.
with just a little creativity.
And most importantly, remember that prevention is key. Be mindful of what you flush. Educate everyone in your household, and consider adding regular maintenance to your routine.
Great advice. Well, dear listener, we hope this deep dive has left you feeling empowered and prepared to handle any toilet troubles that come your way.
Keep those plungers handy, and may your pipes flow freely.
And remember, if all else fails, there's no shame in calling a plumber.
Absolutely. Sometimes a clog is just too stubborn, or there might be a bigger issue with your plumbing system that requires a professional.
Well, folks, I hope that was helpful.
Me too.
And remember, next time you're facing that,
That dreaded clog.
that dreaded clog, you'll know exactly what to do. You'll be a pro.
You'll be the master of your domain.
Exactly.
Happy flushing.
And that's it for this deep dive. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.